What's up, everybody? My name is Jay Watts, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. Now in this video, we got a couple cars to look at. I'm only going to mess with one. I don't have all the time in the world. The first one we're going to be playing with, this is the one I intend on playing with, is this thing right here, the Dodge Super Bee. Just by looking at it, it looks badass, and I certainly cannot wait to try it. And this week in the Car Pass, we're getting this. Though I've said time and time again, I'm not a huge fan of this. So that's why I won't be messing with in this video. And now if you're wondering why I don't like these, let me explain. 370Zs have not changed much over the last, 10 years. Then this one started out in 2014, and the only thing they've ever got really was a facelift. Now from what I know, they still have the same horsepower figures as the first generation. So I've never really been all that impressed. The same goes with the R35 Skyline. They're the same way with that. They only got a facelift. We're not going to be too busy focusing on that. We're going to be trying to get that Dodge Super Bee. And I've been wanting that car since I saw it in the festival playlist. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. I only got about 8 points left because I did some earlier yesterday before I started this recording. Just to help me speed up the process. I'll be right back. Alright, surprisingly, less than 30 minutes later, I'm actually quite surprised about that, but we finally got it. Now, I'm not going to race this thing stock because it is an old Dodge Coronet Super Bee, and that's going to be doing a lot of burnouts for days. But I am going to be testing this thing in every single car class that it can possibly be in, and seeing how well it does. So, I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, I don't even know what class it is first. Hold on, let me look at that first. It's a middle of C class, so I'm going to tune it to the top of C class, see how it does in that class. So I'm going to tune it for B, A, and maybe S1 class if we can possibly reach that. Now, going based off of how muscle cars have been lately, they could probably get mid S2 class because of the absurd amount of power you can put in them, but let's see what happens. I'm going to tune it to C class, and I'm going to go ahead and take it out for a race, see how it does. Houston, we have a problem. All I did was add all-wheel drive and put one modification on it and made the tires fatter. So this is not going to go very well, but it might actually still be good. Can't really say this has 3.8 on handling, but you know, let's see what happens, right? Okay, you know what? For C-Class, it has a surprising top speed. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I've always known about Coronets, but I never actually knew about this year, and I think this is honestly my favorite year. This is a beautiful car. Look, I love that paint. I'm not changing that paint. Look, there's not a lot of times for the stock paint it's like, yes, I gotta use that paint. Doesn't happen often. This one I'm definitely keeping. I'm going to take it to my favorite track, which is Lookout Circuit. Just from the way this car looks, I think this might be my new favorite classic. But for the longest time, my favorite classic was the 67 Impala and the 64.5 Mustang. It's not fast off the line. It's actually handling quite well. Like, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, obviously the suspension's a bit soft because I haven't changed it, but other than that, it handles pretty well. Oh yes, it sounds godly. Interior views always sound so freaking good. Your suspension is even more jelly than mine. How are you guys even making it around the corners? What I'm going to tell you is, for C-Class, it's a great car. It's honestly better than I expected it to be, given the fact that it's a classic muscle car. It seems to do corners quite well. But if you're going to take it to an online race, you might lose. Unless you got a lot of straightaways. This car actually has a really good top speed for what it is. But it's not the best for corners. Like, I did well in this race. It's because I've done that track a million times. I know the corners like the back of my hand on this track. For someone who's not really all that familiar with it, or are you going against people that are completely familiar with it like I am, you're going to have some trouble, because there are definitely cars in this class that can take corners a lot better than this one can. Anyway, let's go ahead and tune this up to a top B class tune. And see how well it does in the same race. I'm not going to change it. This is like the benchmark. We got to see how well it does in that class on that track. Can't try any other track. We're not going to know if it's any better that way. Okay, first off all, why the hell would you want to change that hood? That's so original. Alright, with the B class setup that I have, we weigh a little less. We have the same amount of horsepower, and we have better lateral Gs. I put better tires on it. That's the only real difference with the tires. There's just the next one up from stock. Our top speed is a little lower, but that's to be expected now that I have aero on it. But I'm going to reduce some of that because I don't need all that aero. It is really not a good top speed. I might just remove that wing. And here we go. Again. Much better launch, but it's no better than anybody else's, except for that guy. Wasn't that the fastest drag car in Forza Horizon 3? Why is there a Fox Body Mustang in here? Is that a Fox Body? Okay, might I say it is handling so much better. It's got so much more grip. Yeah, this is a much needed improvement. It's still a little jelly because I didn't really upgrade the suspension, but the It's handling a lot better now. That dude was giving me a run for my money. I'm not even gonna lie. He still is. Oh my god, he's so close. Alright, you took that 182. Okay, I'm taking that wide now. Alright. Bring it. I like the challenge. Okay, he's taking the inside. Anyway, this Charger, I swear, how did you doing that? You don't even have any aero. Okay, I really like this. It actually grips quite nicely. The power is not too much to where you're constantly burning out as you're leaving the corner. It doesn't happen often. I like this car. No, will it win online races? Absolutely not. It's too slow. It's honestly too slow. I could barely beat the AI. I mean, there's an AI in here that has a better best lap than I do. That Dodge Dart from 68. Oh, wait, no. Plymouth Cuda has a better lap time. Yeah, you can easily find a better B-Class car. But this is not it. This is definitely not it. At least not my tune. You can probably make a better tune than I did, but this car is definitely not going to win online races. Alright, now we weigh less. We have more than 100 more horsepower. That's 105 more horsepower. We got way better lateral G's. I put semi-slicks in this thing. So it's going to be a lot better in terms of handling. It's got a 7 handling. That's amazing. That's way better than I thought I would be. Especially considering, once again, this is a classic American muscle car. Top speed barely improved. They had a better top speed without aero, but you know what? This is being built for handling. I'm trying to make this the best cornering car possible. So that's what I'm here doing. I mean, I already have 3 of these, but okay. Thank you, I guess. And here we go. Let's see. I almost said C-Class tune. A-Class tune. I increased the difficulty up 1 because it was actually a little too easy. And I'm already regretting it because I'm falling behind. But I already have a good feeling about this car. It's... Okay, you guys are slowing down way too much. I have a good feeling about this car. It's handling quite well. Look at that. There's still lots of traction so far. How is this increased difficulty? It feels like I went down 1. I never thought I'd say this about a classic muscle car, but... This is... amazing corner car. It makes it look so easy. I don't even have to brake. All I did is let off there. I'm not even kidding you. This car is blowing my mind right now. I think I found the perfect balance for this car. Was this to be a track car at some point? Because I've had 0 problems with grip so far. Then again, I did add all-wheel drive, so that might make it a little different. It made it look easy. It legit made it look easy. This car just blew my freaking mind. I didn't think I'd be so impressed by a classic muscle car. This is why I don't usually mess with classic muscle cars. It's because they can't handle. I love it. I freaking love it. Alright, I got one last class I'm going to try to do. That would be top at S1 class, if that's possible. I can add that? Are you serious? I don't know, but that's going to be a drift engine. I'm not about to do that. I have just committed a crime. I put a V12 in here. I'll punish myself for that later. But we have over 1,000 horsepower now. We weigh less, and we have slightly improved lateral G's. I could have sworn putting slicks on that would improve it, but I guess not. We can officially achieve a top speed over 200 miles an hour. I'm a little concerned, I'm not gonna lie. I don't expect much in S1 class. Usually classic muscle cars or anything that starts out in a little class being tuned up to a high class doesn't really end well, but maybe it'll be better than what I'm expecting. Who knows? And off we go again. Jesus Christ, that launch. Guys, it's still gripping. It's still gripping. Okay, excuse me, coming through. It still grips, are you serious? I mean, it lost some of the cornering that I normally could have done, but that's probably because of the absurd amount of horsepower going to the wheels. Can you, like, I don't know, move? Thank you. This is seriously my new favorite muscle car. Who needs a racing line when you got a car like this? I mean, I cannot believe how much I underestimated this car. This is insane. It was too easy. That was legit too easy. I cannot believe how good this car is. Yes, I think this actually would be a good contender in the S1 class. I never thought I'd say that. Now, granted, my best lap ever on this track was probably in the 40s with an S1, but that's still a very good lap time. 50 seconds? Are you serious? Wow, I'm so freaking shocked by this car. This car is absolutely blowing my mind. But now that I've got that, all the racing out of the way, next thing I'm going to do is test the drifting capabilities of this car. Given the fact that it's got an absurd motor for it, oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, yeah. Alright, 1,750 horsepower. Hell yeah. And I have drift tire compound, and it's still an S2 class. Maybe this could have reached the top of S2 class. Probably not quite there, but I'm not about to test it with that much power. That's insane. Alright, my good old tune has been installed. Let's go ahead and try this thing on a drift run. If I'm entirely honest, I am terrified. Yeah, I have good reason to be terrified. I forgot they removed the arrow. Crap, I don't think it matters. Okay, that could have been a better first attempt, but I'm just gonna try again, see what happens. Maybe I'll have to reduce my tire width, I don't know. That's literally the best attempt I've gotten so far. I'm removing the arrow. This is actually, I think I'm getting too much grip, which is not something you want in a drift car. Okay, 235s in the rear is utterly terrifying with that much power, but let's see what happens. I feel like I'm making a huge mistake. Hell yeah, boy. Hell yes. That is so much better.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, it felt good for a second there. You would never ever hear me say this, but this is actually not a good drift car. I don't usually say that about classic muscle. They're always easy to drift because they have absurd power, you know, not that good handling. But this was, okay, it's doing good right now, but it just won't stay good. It's strange. I cannot get any better than 170 something. I don't know what's going to happen if I take it to the big run, but maybe it'll be better. I have to try it. See what happens. I'm only going to do one attempt, and I'm just skip right to the end so you guys don't have to see any of that. Wow, okay. Didn't even reach a million. I never thought I'd say this about a classic muscle car. Because every time, in all of my experience, classic muscle cars have always been able to hold a drift on you know, when you're going down a straight road. And this car can't even do that. It just snaps back for some reason. My tunes don't usually react that way, but this one does not like to drift. I can't believe I'm saying that about a classic muscle car. That's actually bothering me. This is the first classic muscle car that I have not been able to drift that well. Well, on that disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please, for the love of God, hit that like button. If you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.